Bada boom, bada bing. A milk jug. Pull out your milk jugs, everybody. Let's go. I'm going to talk about design. I'm going to talk about life as a florist while I'm doing a design. So, 20 million years ago, I was working on Wall Street in New York, and I wasn't real happy, so I decided to go home for a bit to Milwaukee, where I'm from. And at that time, I walked into a flower shop, and they said, "Aren't you home for 2 weeks?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Can you drive a truck?" And I said, "Yes, I can drive a truck." So I drove a truck for them for 2 weeks, and on the last day, I said, I'm leaving tomorrow. I have a real life in New York on Wall Street at Fairchild or Abatsas and Smith." And they said, "Well, you have an hour left on the clock. Help us do some flowers." And I went, "I don't do flowers, man. I'm a Wall Street kind of guy." I was a clerk on Wall Street, thinking I was a big shot. So anyway, I helped him out for a day with the flowers. A long story short, I never left. I decided to stay there and pursue this because I realized that it was a trade and that I could learn it by following some basic patterns, many of which I'm going to show you right here, right now. So, that was many years ago, and now I have 3 books on design. I appear on Hallmark Channel. I've been on the Today Show. I opened up Macy's Flower Show for many years in New York City. I've written 3 books on the subject. And here's what I'm here to tell you. You can do this. Look what I'm doing. Lower deck, upper deck, penthouse. It's all in my books. It's so simple. Even I can do it. I've been doing it for 35 years. My students come to class. They do spectacular designs by the end of the week. Watch those videos on my website. It's unbelievable. Even I'm like, "Oh my God, where did you learn that?" And they're like, "Well, you taught us." I'm like, "Oh, that's right." But anyway, now I'm going to add some Bells of Ireland into this mix. My little country jug. We're seasonal designers. If a husband orders flowers in spring, we're sending out lovely pastel colors. If he's ordering it in fall, well, pastel, like lavender, pink, green, light green, all the light shades. If he's ordering in fall, we're sending out orange, brown, more brown, orange, a little red, and that's how it works. Ooh, these are pretty. These are called leucadendron. Flower designing is simple. So if you're going to take a class and something about that class ever appears difficult, you're in the wrong class, because it's very, very easy. I always tell my students, your entrance exam to my school is this: 2 + 2 = what? If you can answer that question, you belong in my school. 2 + 2 = what? Yes, you should cut these with a knife. I don't have my knife here, so I'm kind of snapping them today, which I've done many times in my career. So flower design is very simple. It follows some basic patterns. Now I'm going to add a little bit of eucalyptus. This is an old-fashioned green. You all know it, and it's coming back, so I'm going to use some of it. So flower designing has been very good to me. I teach fundamentals of design, which means you go from 0 to advanced very quickly. I had a girl call me today and say, "Oh, I'm just a beginner. Will I do okay?" I go, "It's easier if you're a beginner to teach than having someone who's been doing this for 10 years and has all bad habits." So come to class and you will learn how to design the right way. Efficiently, easy, breezy, summer designing. Now look, everything's so clogged, I can pull these up and raise them into my design. This is a very monochromatic, meaning basically one color. I have a little red I can add. It's rather masculine, not a lot of flowers in it. My students have gone on to work for major event companies. All my students' work is brilliant. I know it's hard to believe. There is a magic that happens in my classroom that even I can't explain. I meet them on Monday, and by Saturday they're doing the most spectacular designing. Because they're following some basic rules of design. So, Flower School 101, check it out. Watch those videos. You'll see how fantastic their work is after only 5 days of study. I know it sounds like a come-on. It sounds like it can't be true. watch those videos. Those are all 1 week students. I tell people to call me. I answer the phone. Yes, I do. People are always shocked when I answer the phone. You can go to my Flower School 101, send me an email with your questions about designing. And I'm telling you, I never thought I'd be a designer in my life. I never thought I was an artist in my life. And I have 3 books, schools around the country, 3 in Europe, Paris, London, and Rome. And I am designing for all kinds of events. There's good money to be made in the flower business. These are very tight Casablanca lilies, but they will open up into big giant orbs of white love. So these are really, really pretty. One of my favorite flowers. I'm going to put a few Casablanca lilies in there so when they do open up, you'll get a big splash of white color. See how pretty that is already? flowerschool101.com. If you're going to join me in class, you're going to have a great time. Not only do you have a great time, in a matter of very short time, you'll create spectacular design pieces. My students leave there saying, I never felt like an artist before in my life. I'm like, I know, but look at your work. It's amazing. They come out there feeling very accomplished, very renewed, very enlightened, and they said while I was doing flowers, I didn't worry about anything, which is very true. When you're designing with flowers, you don't worry about anything. So, all of you, oh, this will be great, but they gotta open. You gotta wait for them to open. flowerschool101.com. I want you to see me in class. And yes, again, beginners are welcome. Beginners are easier to teach. Maybe this way. Flower School 101, call me. I'm Michael Gaffney. If you have any questions, I can help you. I've been doing this for a long time. flowerschool101.com.